And we are live. You can catch us on Rumble and YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be right back with you, Howlers. We'll be right back. How's over Baz? I'm Jacob Casas.
I'm Rico Savage.
And today we have a very special guest. It's Jeremy the Barbarian Conan. How you doing, man? Welcome to the Howlers Den. How you doing, man? We appreciate you coming on. Well, we introduced you, but if you can introduce yourself to the audience, tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
All right. My name is Jeremy the Barbarian Conan. I'm in the Army National Guard, and I work also with heavy weapons.
Okay, so well, how long you been in the National Guard for? Thank you for your service, number one.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. So, that's a good question. I started in, dang, he's going to tell my age right here. I started in 2012.
Okay.
I first joined. I got out in 2016. I went overseas as a contractor. I was there for almost 6 years, and I came back into the Guard in 2022. And then I got deployed again with the Guard, went active duty for a year, and then came back 2024, last May, actually.
What made you want to rejoin?
I asked myself the same question. No, you know what? I keep telling myself it's for the benefits, but I think it was because I don't know. I just don't know anything else.
Repetition is you got used to it, and you liked it, and you got bored. Came home and got bored, huh?
Well, I came home, and I was only home for like a few weeks. I was dealing with some stuff, and then I decided I'm going to rejoin and everything like that. And yeah, I mean, it always opened up doors before, and so it opened up doors again.
Yeah.
Just being in, so I got nothing bad to say about it. Okay,
and so tell us a little bit about King of the Cage. How long you been fighting with them for?
I started in 2022. I had my first fight November 19th. There's some funny stories there. But yeah, I started 2022, November 19th, and that was my first fight. It lasted 2 rounds against, I forgot the kid's name. He was big. He was a big kid. He's bigger than me.
Oh, yeah.
Believe that.
Bigger than you?
He's bigger than me.
He's literally the Conan the Barbarian when this dude walked in.
All right.
this kid came in 10 pounds heavier than me. Believe that.
Damn.
Yeah, but it was a good fight. The kid came to brawl. I ended up winning with some ground and pound. Roger. I won with the ground and pound, and then after that, I was trying to get another fight, and then military training and this and that, and then I ended up deploying in 2023. So,
no prior training before the 2 years that you've been fighting for the King of Cage?
Well, I had to take a break on deployment with training, and then before that, when I was overseas as a contractor, I didn't really train at all. So that was like almost 6 years, no training. And then before that, I was like off and on. I really was pushing fighting to the right. Like I was going hardcore in 2014, 2015. I was training hard with John at Sequence Jiu-Jitsu. And then I had to keep pushing everything to the right with the military. And then I had a wife and, you know, and everything before the divorce. Thank God. And then, part of the team. But I had to keep pushing everything to the right. And then finally now I'm like, you know what? I don't want to miss out on my dream. I've always wanted to fight, and I'm finally getting to do it.
Was it mostly kickboxing, or was it mostly jiu-jitsu that you were training, or what was?
Yeah, what's your game? Like,
that's a good question.
You're like, I'm Conan, motherfucker.
To be honest, I just go. I mean, I'm just tough and pretty. You know what I mean? I just go in there and I'll throw hands, and then my coach says, "Hey, take him down." I'll take him down. I just listen to whatever my coach tells me to do. Best of both worlds.
You have the best of both worlds, basically.
Roger. Oh yeah. I wrestled a little bit in high school.
He's like Jesse the Body Ventura from Predator right here.
That's it right there.
Damn, he looks just like a.
He does.
So all I need is that minigun now.
Right.
So when you train though, like what's the school you train at?
Sequence Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, yeah, Sequence Jiu-Jitsu. So what do they really work on you with the most?
Mostly Jiu-Jitsu. There's a striking class too, And I mean, I'm training with like Johnny Munoz. I mean, he's been training since he was a kid. I mean, I've known him since he was a kid, and he's just like, he fought in UFC, and that guy is just amazing. Like the way he rolls and the way he strikes, it's so like fluid. Like he reminds me of Bruce Lee when he's going. I'm not even trying to kiss his ass. Like because he's my coach or anything. You know what I mean? He's that dude's badass. Yeah. Like Johnny Munoz is a badass motherfucker. I'll tell you that. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss like that. He's a badass dude. And then Alan the Glue, like he fights for the UCMW in Tijuana, and he's like undefeated. He's like has 10 fights pro, undefeated. The guy is fucking amazing. So he's teaching me too. And then there's Freddie the Blade Jackson. He has a couple MMA fights. He was a striker before he got into jiu-jitsu, I think. And he was teaching me stuff, and he's just amazing. Like
so those are all the guys that are training you right now.
Roger. Like I'm being trained by honestly
the best.
By some of the best fucking people in the game, I believe.
And how long you been training for?
In total, being off and on, well, I've been in the game since 20. Damn. It's been a minute. I've been in the game since 2010 is when I started.
Okay.
And then
competing too, or just training? All training.
Just training. The only thing I competed in was jiu-jitsu.
2020. You were competing in jiu-jitsu for a while.
Yeah,
too?
I was competing in jiu-jitsu. I had a couple like exhibition, like little striking matches and stuff against people. Nothing too crazy. And then like I was telling him earlier, I was actually like a punching bag for Mike Bork in 2012 when getting him ready for Ken Shamrock.
That's how it all starts for us, man. We're always the punching bag. I was a punching bag for 2 years, me and my brother.
Shit, I was getting Sean Strickland too when he was at Sequence, and he was. I mean, I think he made me honestly sparring against Sean was like going into a fight every time. It was never a sparring match. It was always
a fight for
it was
you,
full speed. And like Sean Strickland, he's one of the best fighters I've ever met in my entire life. Not trying to kiss his ass, but I got a lot of love for him still. But yeah, he's knocked me out. I think like 2 times. You know what I mean?
Shit.
With a head kick, and then he knocked me out with he's just throwing hands. But we went hard. I loved going against Sean because we always went hard every time. Neil Cook, Neil the Chaos Cook.
You guys remember good sparring matches.
I had some of the.
That sounds so badass.
That's one thing that I do love about my fight career is I sparred against some of the best guys. I mean, they whooped my ass. I ain't gonna lie. It's not like they fucked me up.
It's the experience.
But it was that experience that I gained. That now when I go in the cage, like those guys that are throwing, nothing against them, but they might fuck me up too. But they're not gonna fuck me up in ways that I got fucked up by like Neil the Chaos Cook. Mike Bork, fucking Sean Strickland, Lorenz Larkin. I sparred against him at Millennium, and he fucked me up.
Yeah. We had him on. We had him on the show.
He was telling me, and honestly, out of all the spars, I think Lorenz was one of my favorite.
That's crazy because compared to you too. On TV, he looks smaller. I told him he looked small as shit when he came in. His hands were huge, and he was like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Lorenz ain't small.
Who is this?
He ain't a small guy. But back in the day, I wasn't this big. I was a light heavyweight. I was fighting in 2015. I was fighting light heavyweight. I was like a 205 guy. I walked around like 220, like 225ish. That was like my heaviest. And then Lorenz was awesome because he'd whoop my ass. He would fuck me up and then tell me what I did wrong. Like, hey man, this is what you need to do, and this and that. And I was like, that's what's up. That's dope. When going against Sean, he'll just fuck you up completely.
And walk away.
And then walk away laughing. Like, yeah, I'll fuck you up.
Who's next?
Yeah, we had some guys like that too. We used to train, man. But those are the best times, like to learn, is when you're training. Because I mean, literally, if you don't want to be a punching bag, you got to learn quick. Yeah. You know, to like how you're gonna go against these guys because you're getting fucked up. Like that would happen all the time to me and my brother. I remember there was a guy that we were training with, and it was my first day. I didn't know how to take leg kicks. And dude, this guy I was a boxer, and I did kung fu before and all this different stuff. My brother was a black belt and all this stuff. We came in, nobody taught us how to take leg kicks. Our legs were flying all over the place, man. And we're like, what the fuck? And I was getting mad because I beat everybody up back in the day. Yeah. So I was like, what the heck is going on? So I come in, and me and my brother, like, we're both sparring different guys. But there's this one guy in particular at the Shark Tank, Albert. He kept kicking our legs out. And I was so mad, and I couldn't figure it out. And finally, I asked my coach. He's like, this is what you do. And he started showing me, and I'm like, damn, that's it? But like, fuck, like, but he's like, back then, a lot of guys would just quit. So he wouldn't even try to show you how to do things because you're just going to quit and walk out and never come back. That was like the norm. You know what I mean? And I was like, I ain't quitting. All I want to do is keep coming back. So how was it for you when you were training like that? Like, to get your ass beat, like, you know what I mean, even knocked out.
I want to walk back in the gym.
Like, you walked in, you have to have a different mindset to say, hey, I'm going to walk back in that motherfucker.
Well, the crazy thing is, it's actually funny you said that. So the crazy thing is, back in the day, sequence was real. I mean, they're still very traditional. I mean, I honestly, no bullshit, not trying to kiss sequence's ass because I'm trained there. I mean, it's like another home to me. But back in the day, there was two types of people who trained that sequence. And when you went there, you talked to the head coach, you talked to John, and you went up to him and said, hey, I just want to get, learn some defense and, maybe get in shape. Okay, he's going to put you over here. You know what I mean? He's going to be nice. Okay, come on, I got you. And he's going to train you up. You're going to learn to defend yourself and all that. But if you go in there saying that you want to be a fighter, say, oh, you want to be a fighter? Okay. And he's going to move you to a different section, and then he's going to see how tough you are because he knows if you're... Yeah. If you're ready for the cage, he knows, like, it's weird. He can look at you and be like, "Are you want to fight?" It takes a like you said, it takes a special person to get in the cage, and it takes a special person to get fucked up every day and just keep coming back. So my first day, actually, Neil Cook is the one who showed me sequence jiu-jitsu. I was actually training at a high school called Underground Submissions, and much love to them, by the way. I mean, that was the first time I ever did jiu-jitsu in my life, so I'm not shitting on Underground Submissions. Rob Marino was one of my coaches. Seriously, a lot of love for them. But they had some good fucking guys too. But Neil Cook, he was like, hey, how about you come to a real, come to an actual gym? Because we were training on wrestling mats. And, real nitty gritty, nasty fucking, kind of training and a real aggressive training. Like Rob Marino was always about aggression, pressure. And I think even today, I'm still like that because of Rob. So that's something I definitely give him love for that.
That's cool.
And then, so when I went to Sequence Jiu-Jitsu, Neil was like, hey, come here, train here, whatever. My first opponent, and just doing jiu-jitsu, no striking, no nothing, was against Sean Strickland.
Damn.
And then we went no-gi, and he just completely, because I came from a gym where I was, destroying, not destroying, but I was doing good.
Yeah.
I go to Sequence Jiu-Jitsu against Sean, and Sean just completely tears me the fuck apart. Like I was a fish, and he was a goddamn shark. I'll give him love for that one. He just fucked me up. And even damn near popped my elbow on an arm bar.
Oh, shit.
And my shit swelled up and everything. And John fucking came up to me and said, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm okay. And I don't know if they knew I was going to come back.
That's why he said that. That's probably why he said that.
I came back the next day, arm swollen. And there was this purple belt there. His name is Ivan something. But that dude was so fucking good. Like, he gave Sean, like, a run for his money. That guy's jits was stupid. And there's a couple guys in there, though. The jits game there was fucking insane. It was at a level I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And then these guys were just fucking tearing me apart. Like, Ivan was small. And I was like, at the time, I was kind of fat back then. So I was like 250-ish. I haven't lost my weight yet. And I hadn't even joined the Army yet. That's like 2010, I think, maybe. Or maybe even earlier than that. And these guys were just fucking tearing me up. I kept going every day. And, even my dad would drive me from Ontario. That's where I'm from, Ontario, big love. And he would fucking take me to the gym every day, and and I'd get my ass whooped, and I'd keep coming like I was some fucking, I don't know.
Why do you think you kept coming? I know an answer for me, and I feel like your answer is kind of the same. Like, is there like a reason? It was just kind of like, this is what the fuck I got to do, right? Like,
man, that's a good damn question. Why'd I keep coming? Probably the same reason why I keep joining the military. I don't know. It's just it's what I know. It's what I love. I mean? I do have love for fighting. I was fighting my whole time in middle school, high school. People that know me, I was always scrapping and getting down. Lost a lot, but I kept. I mean, you could beat me 99 times, but I'm going to come back the 100th time and fuck you up.
That's one of the reasons we asked. Is that one of the reasons why you started fighting, because either bullying or helping other people, or what was the reason that made you? Because like you have to have a certain mindset to step in the cage with somebody your size. So what made you want to even start fighting? How did it even start?
Dang,
Or was it? Or was that's what I'm saying. Or you were fighting out of defense. You were fighting out of defense growing up. Type.
Well, I was fighting out of defense, and then I remember one time I got jumped. I got jumped by 4 people. Right off of fucking campus in like Philadelphia,
Ontario.
Ontario. I got jumped by 4 guys, and they were beating me, but I wasn't feeling any pain. I was like, what the fuck? These guys are hitting me. And I feel them hitting me, but I'm not feeling any pain. These guys hit me in my face and shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So I start scrapping down with them, and then it end up, some guy starts yelling from a car, and everyone's booking it, and I'm just like, fuck, man, I'm walking home. I felt like almost in touch, like invincible almost, which ain't really the best. You know what I mean? But I felt like an invincible kind of thing when I was fighting, and I made me feel good almost, like in a weird way. Not saying I like beating up on people, but it was just it was a good feeling. Yeah. And then I just started, I guess, chasing the rush. I enjoyed it.
Sounds like you're just made to be a barbarian, dude.
I think that's what it was.
Savage.
I started chasing the rush, and then I just loved the fight. And then I'm not saying I didn't grow up in a good neighborhood. I mean, it's Ontario. You know what I mean?
I grew up in Fontana, so right next door.
Yeah. I mean, I got love for Fontana, but there's Fontana and there's
for sure.
Tweakerville, Fontana.
Yeah, for sure. It's two different types.
Fontana and Fontucky. You know what I mean?
So no, I mean, well, I'm on North End, so more Rialto. I claim Rialto before Fontana, but it's like nobody knows about Rialto. I mean, more like, but you say Fontana.
Rialto a low key gem. Sometimes it's
North Rialto and all
sports,
that,
everything from you know what I mean. People, you know what I mean. A lot of good things have came out of the Inland Empire period.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean. But it does have. But people think only LA is bad. Out here is crucial. Ontario, you got gangs on every other block in Ontario.
You got some
you know what I
people
mean.
In the chat. Some of your fans. Why don't you go?
What was it Junsi Lee?
Hey,
it's your favorite LT. Proud of you.
Oh man, that's my LT.
Yeah.
That's no bullshit. Ain't trying to kiss his ass. I'm sorry if I hurt any other lieutenant's feelings. I kind of don't give a rat's ass, but that's one of the best lieutenants I've ever had my entire fucking life in the military. That guy right there is for the boys, is for the fucking guys, for the troops. Like that guy is. Yeah, I got love for that. I got love for that lieutenant, man. Lieutenant Lee.
Lieutenant Lee. Shout out to Lieutenant Lee, man.
Yeah, that's one of the best fucking lieutenants I ever had. Seriously, fucking love that guy.
Now your views just jumped up out of nowhere, man.
What's your plan with the fighting? Is this a career for you? And then because obviously, but you have how long's your contract right now with the
military? So right now I'm set for 2028. Will be actually my 12th year. After that, I'm
retire.
I'll be 12 years total. After that, I feel like it'd be stupid to get out. I did 12 years. All I need is 8 more. So
in order to retire,
Roger. So I'm just gonna. I'm a lifer. I don't plan on leaving the guard. I don't plan on leaving the military. I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I'm really I'll boast. Fuck it. I'm gonna boast right now since I'm on this.
Talk your shit.
Do your thing, man. That's what it's for.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking good. I'm good at what I do. Everything I do, I always do it to the max. I never do anything
half-assed.
I don't like half-assing shit. I like doing everything to the max. So if you make me a team leader or squad leader, I'm gonna be the 100% best I can be because I owe it to my fucking soldiers, to my guys.
Yeah.
So I'm always there, especially my soldiers who know me. They know I'm down for them. I fucking do anything for my guys.
What are you doing there then right now?
So right now, I have a National Guard obligation, and then I have an obligation as a civilian. So my civilian job. So my civilian job is I actually work with weapon repair. I just repair a bunch of weapons. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but it's not like it's top secret or anything. But I just repair weapons from the lowest type of
50 cal type things or ship guns.
50 cals are fucking easy. Yeah, I repair whatever you could think of in the U.S. arsenal. I can repair it, and I'm not like a decent guy. No, I'm probably one of the best fucking guys in California, probably in the fucking world.
Period.
Repairing weapons. And then on the other side, on my National Guard side, I'm a 19 Delta. I'm a scout. And then on this last deployment, I was actually I deployed as infantry. So like I'm a shooter too. And then when I was contracting, I contracted, you know, with Triple Canopy, and then I was also with Vectress with small arms too. So I'm just I'm been all around, you know what I mean. So I know how to shoot, and I know how to repair the weapons that I shoot with. So,
how's your gun collection looking?
I mean, we're in California, so I mean, it's all California compliant and all right.
Well, but you said Lieutenant Lee, right?
Yeah, he said best soldier I've ever had.
Best soldier I've ever had.
I appreciate it, Lieutenant. Yeah, I love you, Lieutenant. I really do. That's my fucking. Out of everyone, he still texts me, see how I'm doing. Like I'm telling you, that's a good fucking LT, man. One of the best.
So say tomorrow you get a phone call, Dana White's, hey, come in, you got to do this and that, but then you have the service, but so obviously your obligation is to the service, all right? You know what I mean?
Like,
oh man, hey Lieutenant, I love you, but I'm AWOLing, baby. That UFC caller, ain't that many times they gonna call you.
You know what I mean?
That's true though.
I'm gonna AWOL, take my article, and I'll fucking I'll do extra duty, but hell yeah, it'll be well worth it.
You'll make them proud.
Hell yeah, I'll be in the UFC. Fucking up people like I always do.
You're getting all kinds of likes and love right now.
You you have any kids?
I got one.
So how do they like react when they see Pops in the ring beating up people?
This was finally her first time seeing me in the ring.
Oh really? She saw you be a savage.
Yeah, she seen it, and she was all talking about it. Oh, my daddy slammed this guy and this and that. Yeah, she's. My daughter's pretty badass,
there, man.
Yeah, thank you,
dude. It was a good fight. Even our production company, there, hey man, loving it over there.
Yeah, thank you. I like. It's like I was telling you earlier, that Kimbo Slice, the Kimbo Slice thing. You know what I mean? You gotta be a man. I always think of Kimbo Slice and Rich Piana. You know, it's those guys. I don't want to say they're my idols, but it's people I look up to. So I guess that does make them my idols. But Kimbo Slice. I don't want to say he was like the greatest fighter in the world, but he was a showman. A lot of people like watching him.
I remember watching him backyard, Kimbo Slice.
That's when I first
in Dade County. Like
he got all those views and everything. That a lot of people like watching it. And then Rich Piana, the same thing. He wasn't one of the greatest bodybuilders in the world, but he was just the way he like sold himself. He was always always a salesman of his own self and everything. And that's what I'm trying to. I keep having them in my mind whenever I do anything. So when I'm in the cage, I always try to think of myself as a showman as well as a fighter. I mean, I'm not no WWE guy, but if they call me, you know what I mean. No, but I'm not no WWE. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's the same thing. Like I mean, wrestling is if there's any kids watching, I'm sorry, kids, it's fake. But MMA is real. But we're doing the same shit. We're showmen.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people forget about that we're trying to get, people in the seats, and make it exciting.
That's what pays you guys.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I always try to be a showman. I always try to have fun. Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier. I kind of wanted to bring it up. So, because we've been bringing in a lot of different fighters and we've been like watching them. We've watched them fight in the cage. And then bringing them on, you're starting to get to know them, and you're kind of tripping out on these guys because everybody has a story.
Yeah.
And we were talking about one of the guys that fought your teammate too, and he was watching. He's like, man, like, tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, the dude with the tattoos all over his face?
Yeah.
Man, when I seen him come on the show, I'm not gonna lie, I watched that segment for a smooth minute, and I seen him come on the show, and I wanted to write something. If you're watching it, man, my bad, bro. I thought about it, but I thought about writing something nasty. You know what I mean? Like, that's my teammate he fought against. So I was gonna write, my teammate whooped your ass.
Hey, man,
but then he started talking, and he was just like, fuck, man, he was kind of a cool guy. I was like, I can't even write anything bad. I was like, I got all love for you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even get real nasty with it. I was like, he was actually ended up being good. And it was I think it was one of the best fights of the night. Him, I don't know his name, the tattoo. I'm gonna call you Tattoo Guy, man. But the Tattoo Guy and Caden, and Caden is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And for that kid to even go 3 rounds with him, kudos to you, man. Because Caden, I've seen him in the gym every day. You know what I mean? And you see how our size difference, right? I mean, he's lifted me up one time, and I was like in fucking shock, like holy shit, this kid picked me up. You know what I mean? Like this little motherfucker, and I don't want to get off topic, but his dad was a fucking beast too. Like his dad fought too, and his dad was a monster, man. And so his son, not trying to talk shit about his dad or anything, but I think Caden might be better, man. Like Caden is a fucking beast. That kid is he's scary when he goes in the ring.
Well, but dude, I've never seen somebody like growl like. He was like, I was like, damn. And even Terry had to go in there and calm him down.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, relax. And he was like, and he still kind of turned around, and I know he was trying to relax himself.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like he saw red.
Yeah.
Like there was just like, boom. He just saw it, and it was like a savage. Like he tasted blood, and he just wanted it.
I'm telling you,
you know what I mean?
You got to see his first fight. His first fight was it August 3rd in Reno. That he was hit his barn with. He was fighting this fucking kid, and he dropped his hands and was just. I don't know what the fuck he said, but he was like, "Fuck, come on!" and just wham! I was like, oh shit, dude! Like, this guy fucking just. And he just went complete fucking ape shit on him, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm glad that's my boy, man."
Teammate, right there.
I'm also glad he's not in my weight class because motherfucker, he's a scary dude, man. Caden's a badass.
We got Janelle saying Lily is watching.
Oh shit!
That's your daughter?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Tell us a little about your daughter then. What does she mean to you?
Oh, the world. There's nothing in the world that compares. I don't give a fuck what you give me. You can give me millions and millions of dollars, and I'll give it all away for my daughter. Yeah, my life means nothing without her.
That's dope, man. You got to chill on that one. Because I got kids, man, and our podcast to me is big about that. Like being a real dad to your kids, disciplining them, spending time with them, teaching them things like that's what a real dad is, you know.
Yeah.
And we were talking behind the scenes. We have to get all that into that, but you have a majority of your daughter. You have her with you.
Yeah,
and that's badass.
Honestly, that I don't know. I don't think my lawyer's watching, but if he is, thank you. You know what I mean? But no, he helped me out, man. Like, he helped me out. You know, Janelle, she helped me out. Still helping me out. Much love to you. Thank you so much for everything, really. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have done my first fight, to be honest.
Oh, really?
So I give her love for that.
Why is that?
Oh, so, fuck it. I'll get into it. You want to hear a good story?
I want to hear it.
All right, story time. Go on in. Everyone get in. So, fucking November 17th, I had a lawyer. I had a court date with my whole ex and the whole situation. It was a whole situation. She was trying to take my daughter from me. She was trying to do some bogus restraining order, and using my size and using what I do and everything, and it was all a lie. But she was trying real hard, and so in the state of California, you're innocent. You're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
And so I was actually kicked out of my house. I had only 30 minutes to pack my shit. If it wasn't for Janelle, I had no place to stay. I could stay with my mama, but
you don't want to go back home. You don't want to go back home.
I love you, mama. I kind of live in a box. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. It was tough. So that day, I had to go to court, and they told me that I'm allowed to see my daughter now. Only 6 hours a week. Damn. And I was like, if that shit fucking hurt me, man. Yeah. Like I get to see her, but that shit was probably during that time in 2022. It was the worst time of my life.
And that's when you re-enlisted, right?
I re-enlisted the same year, so I re-enlisted in August for benefits and everything like that, and then well, shit, I'll just say it. My lady hit me up like in July-ish, and she hit me up saying that she found someone else that made more money and all that stuff, and I was like, dang, that shit kind of hurt.
We say fuck that. Fuck
bitch.
That's what we say on this show.
We said at the same time.
That bitch.
1, 2, 3. Fuck
that bitch. And oh shit, my dog's watching. Hey,
no,
mommy's she's a good person. And so oh shit,
my bad.
I don't give a rat's ass. No, I'm playing. No, so all that shit happened, and then so I'm gonna skip a few things since she's watching. But it got November 17th. I was hurting pretty bad, and so I started. I went to a bar, started drinking, started pounding. I mean, I got fucked up, and then my fight was November 19th. So I actually was fighting that Saturday, and it was Thursday.
Oh, shit.
So I got fucking just straight up hammered. And I get home, and she was all like, "Hey, you have a fight like tomorrow, because this is Friday morning. I haven't stopped drinking yet." She's like, "You have a fight tomorrow," and I'm just like, "What?" And she's like, "You have a fight tomorrow," and I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, "Well,
I gotta get together."
I'm not gonna go. She's like, "What do you mean?" Like, because my whole motivation was gone. Like, I all I wanted was my daughter. All I wanted, I was in a lot of pain mentally. I started thinking about a lot of things in my life, and I was like, fuck, man, like, this is where I came to. And if for some reason a bottle was the answer at that time.
Yeah.
And then, she pushed me. She pretty much kicked me out and was like, get your ass over there. You need this. You need to fight. And I'm like, I'm going to lose. Like, I'm fucked. I'm hammered. I'm going to lose. And she's like, no, you need to go fight. You need to go fight. I'm telling you, this is that you need this. And so I ended up somehow getting there. And then I get to this location where my team was. And this is how I know Sequence isn't just a team. They call it team Sequence. Fuck that. It's a lie. The truth is, it's a fucking family.
Yeah.
Man, I'm getting fucking... my buddy Jaime was there. Jaime, much love to you, bro. Man, if it wasn't for you, Coach Freddie, and Alvarez is like a little brother to me. I even call him little brother, and I even punk him and like slap him around a little bit like a brother. I treat him like a little brother, man. Yeah. Like he's not my brother, but by blood, but damn near sweat and fucking hard work. That's my little brother.
Yeah.
And Jaime, that's just a fucking homie, man. That's family to me. And Coach Freddie, he's family as well. Shit, the whole Sequence, the gym, fucking family, man. Like I told you, it's not a team. It's a family. And they pretty much took me, just gave me a shit ton of water, Pedialyte, and just got me fucking pretty much sobered up for the weigh-ins, because I was still feeling it to the weigh-ins that night, and I got to the weigh-ins and I thought I wasn't even going to make it there. And I get there, I weigh in, next day I do the fight. And the funny thing is, my coach, I was always nervous for every fight I've ever done, but my coach, he always knows what to say, and he's weird. He's almost like Gandhi or something. He'll say something, but his words will fucking hit you, and it would be like, oh man, why am I nervous? And it's funny, before the fight, he came up to me, and he was like, Jeremy, just have fun. And the way he said it and the way he looked at me, it was just like, yeah, what am I nervous about? Like, I like this. This is something I love doing. And then I forgot about everything. I forgot about the courts. I forgot about my whole daughter thing. I forgot about everything. And I just did the fight, and I just did me. And I like to have fun. Again, I got to tell you the whole story about that fight, because there's a funny story in it. If my opponent's watching, my bad, bro. You know what I did. But I mean, obviously, you know what I did. But if it wasn't for Janelle, Jaime, Coach Freddie, Alvarez, Johnny, Allen, Johnny Sr., if it wasn't for those people, that fight would have never fucking happened. And I definitely wouldn't have won. So a lot of love to them.
Tell us a story about that fight, though. We want to hear it live on air. Right?
All right, so everyone come in again. No, so my buddy Jaime was he got a pretty quick fight. Like he got a sudden fight. So we all did weigh-ins. We all did our weigh-ins and everything. We're ready to go. And Jaime he ended up picking up a fight in short notice, like that day. And so I went with him to get all checked out by the nurses and doctors and shit. And then he's sitting down, and there's like this, well, I hope I don't get in trouble, but there's this little fucking fairy dude nurse, and he was all like, he was staring at Jaime kind of like up and down.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, my homie, Jaime, he ain't gonna lie, no homo, you're a good looking dude, you know.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Yeah. Ain't no diddling around here, right? And fucking so Jaime, he's all like, you know, he's a good dude. So the fairy's just staring at him, and there's this other nurse. I love this. You know, she was kind of. She was cute, you know. Yeah. And then there was this other lady, you know, this kind of older white lady, you know, she was there too. And I look at the little fairy dude, and I'm like, isn't he the cutest dude you ever seen? And Jaime's looking at me like, oh man, you know, motherfucker, like, dude, you know, shut up, kind of thing. And he's like, yeah, you know, he's all like that shit. And I'm like, but the hottest man in Reno is me. And then everyone starts laughing and giggling, and then this lady was just like, excuse me, it's your opponent. And I was like,
the one that you call the fairy?
No, the lady. So it was the fairy, the kind of cute nurse, and then this older white lady right next on the other side of the table. She was like, oh no, it's your opponent. And I was like, ma'am, have you seen my opponent? And then she was like, yes, that's my son. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck. So I was like, I got quiet for a second. I was like, oh shit. I was like, hey, that's a strapping young lad that kid is. You know what I mean? I don't want to, you know, talk too much shit. So I was thinking like, man, in my head, I'm like, anything I say, in my head, I'm like, anything I say, she's going to tell him. Yeah. So I was like, ma'am, after I win the fight tomorrow, you want to go have a drink, something like that, maybe go dance or something? She was like, excuse me? She got fucking mad. She went Karen like that. And I was like, so after the fight, you want to go, you know, maybe have a drink, maybe go karaoke, see what a couple two crazy kids get into, you know? Oh, and she got fucking pissed. She was fucking legit mad. And so the next day, he came out, he was like flipping me off, doing like
she told him
all this, and I was like, oh, she told him. And so he's all getting all crazy with me, just flipping me off and saying, you know, the little throat thing and shit, and I'm just smiling at him and waving. I think I blew him a kiss a few times, you know. He just got even more irate and went into the ring. And he's doing the same thing, just stomping his feet in the ring, and I'm just like doing little fucking poses and shit in the ring, and he's just fucking, this kid was pissed off. So we go first round, and he's throwing everything. I mean, if he would have kissed me with one hand, he would have knocked me out. I'll give you that. I forgot the kid's name. I think his name was Tyler. If he would have touched me with his hands, he would have knocked me out, 100%. Because that motherfucker was throwing his entire life in those hands. Like he was like, yo, you asked my mom out on a date, yo. Like he's trying to fuck me up. He catches me with one and gave me actually a black eye. He was mad. I pissed him off, and I did it on purpose. And then the second round, my coach, he looked at me. He was like, are you going to listen to the game plan now? And I'm like, oh, Roger, coach. He's like, take him down, finish the fight. And I'm like, all right. He goes, take him down, finish the fight. And I'm like, okay. So we're going. And I did exactly what my coach told me to do. I ain't going to lie. The first round, kind of like cobwebs a little bit. I'd never been in the ring before, so I wanted to knock him out too. So I was throwing fucking hard too. And then the second round happened, and then I did exactly that. I took him. He had no gas. Like second round, he had really nothing left anymore. So I was taking him down at will. I took him down from the cage. He got back up, and then I did a little like a judo toss, and then I just started just beating the shit out of him. I did like some Donkey Kong punches and shit, just because like I told you, I like being the fucking dude, you know what I mean? The barbarian, you know? So I just started doing that and ended up winning the fight. And then, but he was pissed. Like, he didn't shake my hand. Because after the fight, you know, I'm all respectful. I don't like being disrespectful, you know what I mean? It's not really my character. But I try to, you know, show him love. And he was just like fucking exited out real quick and kind of, you know, whatever. But I ended up going in the back when we get checked out by the doctors and shit. I ended up seeing him, and I was like, hey, man, I grabbed him, and I kissed his forehead. I was like, hey, good fight.
Not the forehead kiss.
I kissed him on the forehead, because I get it. Like, you know, it's a fight. It's you know, if he would have knocked me out, I would have showed him the same love. It's what we do, you know what I mean? It's the love of it, you know what I mean? If win, lose, or, tie, you know what I mean? It's a whole show. So I put on the show. We put on the show. It was a great fucking fight. A lot of people said it was like the fight of the night. A lot of people enjoyed it.
Oh, that's cool.
And, yeah, but he was mad. He was still mad, and I get why. But yeah, I was kind of like, all right, man, you could at least shook my hand, you know what I mean? But he didn't. So I went up, and I kissed his forehead, and ended up kissing his whole coaching staff. I kissed his forehead, and I kissed his coach, like, you know, the arrow type shit. I was like, Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
you just fathered all of them. He fathered all you guys. That's that. Good night. Go to bed. Kiss on the forehead.
He was a good guy. You know. Yeah, I got nothing bad to say about him. You know what I mean? Just it was just a show.
Put on a show that day.
It's just a show, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is funny though.
It is a funny story. My coach always brings it up. Like every once in a while, he'd be like, "Hey, tell him what the fuck you did on your first fight." I was like, "Oh yeah, I hit on my opponent's mouth, man." He's fucking like this fucking guy.
Damn.
So what is your mindset when you go in the fight? Like some people's mindset is like, I want to hurt the other person, and then it cuts off when it's done. Like what's your mindset going in?
So it's something that my dad told me. Like it's well, John, my coach. He's like a dad too. He kind of tells me, stuff not just about fighting, but life in general. You know what I mean? And a lot of things he says, helps me out, and I always think about it every day too. But something my dad told me, he's like, if anybody steps in the ring with you, they think that they have a chance to win. So it doesn't matter if a fucking baby steps in there. If he's 5 years old, that baby steps in the ring, he thinks that he's gonna win. Mm-hmm. You should take offense to that. So me,
I love that.
Every time I go, every time I walk up to the cage, I'm having fun. I'll yell at the crowd. It's all a show. But as soon as I get in the cage, if that opponent is in that cage with me, it starts offending me and it starts making me very angry. And I get to the point where it pisses me off. But I never let it piss me off enough where it ruins my game plan.
Yeah.
I've always listened to my coach. My coach tells me what to do. So I keep my game plan in the back of my head, and I let that piss me off to give me that energy. Like, all right, this motherfucker's in the cage. Like he thinks he's gonna beat me, and I'm like, no, he's not gonna beat me. I'm like, he's gonna beat me. He's gonna take my daughter. No, he's not gonna do that. And I start putting that in my head. Like, oh, he thinks he's gonna win. He's gonna take my daughter. He's gonna, So I start making
like water boy type shit.
Yeah, like water boy shit. I start making like scenarios. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna.
He's like, "You're not taking my kid." He's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I start thinking like that. You know what I mean? So I get to a point where I get barbaric. You know, I turn into the barbarian when I'm in there.
You got to find that in you when you walk in. You got to.
It has to be a switch.
You're like it's crazy what you're about to do. Like, dude. It's a small percent of the world has the balls to even do.
Oh yeah,
it's a small percent.
Or get back in and do it again after the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's why any opponents I've ever had or anybody that even win, lose, it doesn't matter. If you stepped in the cage, you're part of a very small community that has the balls to step into the cage. Like stepping in the cage is a whole different beast. I'm trying to remember this guy's name. He was really fucking good. Like this guy probably could have been in UFC, probably could have done some shit. Like I'm trying to remember his fucking name. And I know one of my friends are going to be like, yo, it's this guy. And I forgot his name. But this dude in practice would fuck up everybody. I mean, this guy was a fucking monster. And every time he got in the cage, he got his ass beat. Like game plan went out the window. People he got fucked up. But I'm trying to remember that fucker's name. But in practice, you couldn't beat him. But in the cage, he kept getting his ass beat. He can't like knocked out or he got submitted a few times. And it was like, what the fuck? This guy is fucking good. I can't remember his name, but it don't matter. I ain't gonna remember it. But it's a mind thing too. Even stepping in the cage, you could be like the best in the world and lose just because you mentally fucked yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you could train. Like I said, you could train, you could be the best, but when you get in there, it's mental. It's a lot of. Sometimes I think it's more mental than.
So would you say? So would you say out of 100% is like 80 mental, 20% physical?
Absolutely, because I'm not gonna lie. For that last fight I did, I barely trained. I'm not saying that as like.
Yeah, you're the shit. You're the shit. Yeah.
I barely trained and I won. I'm not trying to say that. I should have trained a hell of a lot more, but it was. I didn't train as much as I should have, and my mental wasn't there. Actually, for the last fight, my mental was not there. Mm-hmm. I was actually, I think, mentally less prepared than I was for the last fight I did. The last fight, I was going through all kinds of shit, and I really wasn't nervous because I didn't give a fuck, really, because I might have still been a little, tipsy. But, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Where this last fight, I was real nervous. And then again, my coach, he just comes up to me and he says like something real small, like, "Hey, you good?" And I'm like, "I'm good, coach." He's like, "Have fun." He's like, "All right, I want you to go in the cage and have fun." And it was like, yeah, why the fuck am I nervous? And then my nerves start going down. And then like for the last fight I did, my nerves, like what my coach tells me helps me out, what my dad told me helps me out, and then I just go in the cage and just be me. Rest in peace, Dad.
Yeah. Sorry for loss. So I want to ask you. So we have a lot of men that come in here. We talk about mental health. We talk about all kinds of stuff. But what does the barbarian think about when he's alone?
When I'm alone?
When you're by yourself, the smoke's cleared, it's silent. You think about anything you want. What do you think about?
Damn, that's a deep one. Honestly, I started regretting shit. And I start regretting stuff when I'm by myself. When I'm alone, I start thinking about, like stuff that I fucked up on, or like some of my friends that passed away. Because it seems like every other month, there's another one of my buddies either killing themselves, or just died by some stupid fucking shit. Like my buddy I wear on my wrist every day. Fuck, man, that one hurt me. Fuck, his name is Frank Kane. Fucking one of the best dudes I ever met in my life. And a fucking brain aneurysm took him away. Damn. And this dude was in Iraq. He was in Afghanistan. I met him as a contractor. I got the pleasure to meet him. And this guy's been through all kinds of shit, more than anything I've ever been in. And he went home on a vacation and a fucking brain aneurysm took him. My buddy Jonathan Lee, I think about him a lot. Jonathan Lee, probably one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet in your life. Like, if you were having a bad day, he can come in his room right now, and for some reason you'll look at him and be like, fuck, man, what am I mad about? He had a weird aura about him. I mean, this kid, he beat cancer 3 times. And it was just like, he wanted to be a bodybuilder, started getting all fit and stuff, actually training for a show. And then cancer came back again, 4th time, and fucking took him. And it was like, fuck, man. Or recently, last month actually, a really good friend of mine. He was a Jamaican dude. His name is Roden. One of the coolest fucking dudes and funniest dudes you ever meet. I swear, this dude should have been a fucking comedian. He should have never been a contractor. He should have never been Shreveport police in Louisiana. This motherfucker should have been a comedian. He was funny. He's always laughing all the fucking time. And he's just another fucking great dude. And he died in a car accident. I think he was actually on duty at Shreveport Police in Louisiana. He passed away like a month ago. And, you know what I mean? It just sucks. My buddy Dulac, Tommy Dulac, if his wife is watching, I apologize. I brought him up. Tommy Dulac, another good guy. I met him as a contractor. Again, this dude was in Iraq. I think he did like maybe 2 tours. This guy was he was a badass. He was a trainer out in fucking Kuwait, you know what I mean? The demons fucking defeated him, and he decided, for whatever reason, to take his own life. You know what I mean? My other good friend, almost like family, Larry Klein, he decided he wanted to take fucking a shit ton of volumes and Percocets and take his life, you know, and also, one moment, if you are a veteran, you guys are watching out on how many views we got. If you are a veteran and you guys need help, real talk, all joking aside, it just hit me up, man. Like if you're really thinking about taking your life, you're thinking about some other shit, I'm glad I'm on a platform like this. I can talk. I know there's fucking veteran VA shit that say they're going to help you, whatever. It sometimes is weird going out to them. Just fucking talk to another vet, man. Fucking hit me up. Fucking tell me how you're feeling. Let's go have a beer. You know what I mean? Just fucking, hit me up before you think about taking your life, because there's more people that will miss you than you think.
Tell me your Instagram. And
my Instagram is barbarian_Conan. It's BARBARIAN _CONANT. Just hit me up, man. Like I'm here. So
that's cool, dude. That
we appreciate you for sharing that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We are running out of time, but I want to ask you one last question.
All right.
So, who are you? If your heart can speak to us, who would it say you are? Strip away everything, the fighting, the whole barbarian about you. Who are you?
I'm a father. Yeah, that's the one thing I love more than anything else in life. I love being a father. I love being a dad. That's if UFC called me up and said, "Hey, you want to be in UFC?" and it was like, "Hey, but you have to leave your daughter," I'd be like, "I'm sorry." I would. I mean, it would be a dream, but I can't do it. I love being. It's one thing I know I'm good at. I'm good at being a dad. I love being a dad.
That's dope. I would have said the same shit. I love that, dude. That's the best answer to me ever. Dude.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Is there anything else you want to tell the audience before we go?
Dang.
Our next fight. Do you have any fights coming up?
Yes. So my coach, he wants me to fight February in Reno. I don't know the date yet, but hit me up on Instagram. I'll definitely let you guys know. But definitely February is looking like my next fight. Okay. So you'll see me get to see the Barbarian again in action.
In action,
Yeah. Was
there anything else? One last thing. Anything you want to say though?
Hey, just love for everyone and fucking, I don't know. If you got a beer next to you, have a fucking sip or something.
Our slogan is "Shed the Sheep." Shed the sheep right there. So on the count of three, we're going to say "Shed the Sheep" at the camera. Okay?
All right.
One, two, three.
Shed the sheep.
Howls over Baz. I'm Jacob Casas.
I'm Rico Savage.
Hey, Jeremy the Barbarian Conan.
And we got an episode of DNR next, Halloween special. Tune in. We'll be right back in maybe about 15, 20 minutes. We're out.
Peace.